Well, we got this thing back in here. Wasn't easy, as you can see, one tire dragged the entire way coming in, so the loader kind of struggled getting it in here. It was not a great fitment. She's a little bent up from last year, but guess what? She hasn't thrown in the... I didn't hear no bell, I think is the TikTok. So she's going to be going out for one more round. Hopefully does half decent and beaten. What do we have here? So the Beaten Demolition Derby is next weekend. And this car won Beaten last year, and then it went to Aaron, and it didn't do so good in Aaron. I think I ran at one other place before that last year. I think this car ran 3 times last year. Excuse me. But, so in Aaron, it did not really run that good, and I'm not sure why. So I think the first thing we got to do is get it to run. And how we're going to get it to run is, one, we're going to remove this extremely dangerous, cut my neck off, sharp-ass steel hood and get rid of that. 2, we're going to put a battery into it, try to fire it. 3, I did run this. So I think I ran this 3 times last year. 3, we're going to check the fuel system, make sure we have good fuel in it. Give it a good smell test, go from there. Going to check the spark plugs, going to check the computer. So as I remember, it would run good, and then out of nowhere, it would fall on its face and have no power. And in Aaron, that caused me to get this strut knocked off last year. So this strut's been replaced. That's probably why it looks so mangled. So what we're going to be doing, the fire extinguishers have ripped out as well. I just noticed that. First things first, hood, battery. Smell the gasoline, not to get high, to figure out if it's good. And then we'll be right back, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to do to this. Showing off my Archibald header, one of my favorite headers out there, and it seems to be just kicking around and doing its damn job. So, let's get going. Alright, well, I said screw it. I didn't check the gas, I didn't check the plugs, and I just fired it up. And I realized that that fitting is broken. So is this transmission okay? So that's step 1. Is transmission okay? Number 2, we have a leaky fuel line. And we should still change the plugs. So I'm going to lift this thing up so I can get it at a nice height to change that transmission fitting. I think I got a couple still here. Oh, and we got to fix this arm. That's not doing good. What's going on with you? Well, it's just a broken trailing arm and a bent trailing arm. That's fine. Not a big deal. That's an easy fix. Is the transmission still good? So we got to pull this fitting off, which means we got to cut this fitting. Ugh. I don't want to do all this, but I guess we gotta. So I'm starting to take this car apart. I fixed up the one transmission piece, and then as I was trying to fix the other one, it broke off inside there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get an easy out from... Oh, there's still a wrench on there. Maybe I'll try that. You know what? I'm going to get a torch and I'm going to heat that up and try putting a wrench on this and see if I can turn that out of there, because I need that fitting out of there because now it's broken and it's kind of screwing me. Just like to just go like that. Just like that. Look how pretty that looks. Simple, tight, pretty. So, I'm starting to realize that I must have been using this car near the end of last season, because look at, bolt missing. You ready? Let's come over here. This strut's bent, probably got bent at the Derby. Frame is bent, whatever. Oh, look at that. Those 2 bolts are not even in their holes. Yep, I must have been building this near the end of the season last year. You can tell what time of year I built it because of how lazy I am in the building process. So we got all the tires off of... This strut's bent, but not nearly as bad as the other side. So we're going to fix the other side, not fix this side, and then try to adjust the tie rods. This side back here is pretty good. Into the body, away. We've already fixed this side. But if you come over here and take a look at this side, just tripped over that. We fixed it and it broke again. So we'll be fixing this side again, just cutting a little shorter, reinserting our threaded rod in there and re-welding it, maybe trying to shove this back so the tire's not into the body. But a little bit of work we got to do. So let's start taking this corner apart. So what do we have to do here? Strut out, loosen up the bottom ball joints, and then retighten them all because, yeah, she is kinked over and everything's loose. Maybe I'll throw a plate on that bend there. I don't know.